Welcome back to the ETF Inspector. At the time of recording, it's Friday, September 19th, but this video is going to be airing on Saturday morning. This is my weekly video where I just recap my own personal trades and dividends from the previous week. So it won't be talking about any of the normal ETFs that I cover. Won't be going into any of those details, just my own personal taxable trading account. A reminder, I'm on X at ETF_Inspector1. Small update for the channel. We're up to 4,640 subscribers on YouTube and 1,388 followers on X. I'm not monetized on X. I am on YouTube. Subscribers doesn't really factor into any finances or anything as far as YouTube's concerned. It's just about views and the ads. Hey, if the ads annoy you, just click skip. I don't believe that it makes any difference for me either way if you skip them or not. All right, so let's go ahead and get into my trades for this week. Start off with spreads. I had a lot of action going on in spreads. So for starters, in the previous weeks, I had put spreads in just in Upstart. In which I collected $66.66 early this week, yesterday. Losing track of time. Yesterday, I closed that Upstart spread out. It was sold strike at $60, and when it was at $70, I was able to close the spread out for 2 cents per share, or $2, total of $2.39. So it was a $64.27 profit on $300 worth of collateral. That's $9 a day, or 21% overall, or 1,100% annual. If I could just keep making that trade over and over again every 7 days, that's 1,100%. Next, I started a put spread this Monday on Robinhood, where I sold the 108s and purchased the 103s, so it's a $5 spread. I collected $61.66 after fees. And again, on Thursday, I was able to close that out when Hood went to $120, $12 over my strike price. This was just within this week. On Monday, I sold it for Friday's date. I was able to close that out for 3 cents per share, or a total of $3.19 after the fees. So that was $58.47 made in 3 days, $19.49 per day, 11.69% total, or 1,400% annual yield. Again, can't beat that. And then today here's today's date, I started 2 more put spreads. First on Open Door. This one probably not the smartest move, but we'll see. The stock has been on a run lately, but so I'm just trying to take advantage, selling below it. So I sold a $7 put, purchased the 5, so it's a $2 spread. Only collected $17 but I did 2 contracts. I'm sorry. So it was a total of $34 collected minus the $1.80 in fees is $32.20. That actually does not expire next Friday, but the Friday after that. And later on today, I just wanted to make another trade, and so I sold another. I've been doing Upstart almost every week lately. It's been going well for me, and with the price at $67.58, I sold a $2 put, purchased the 57, so it's a $5 spread again, 9% out of the money. It expires next Friday. I collected $50 minus the fees, so $48.66. So as it sits at close, the Upstart ended at $67.89, so they're still actually even further out of the money than when I sold it. Robinhood's at $124.78 with a 108. Well, that one's actually already closed, so that one doesn't matter. Open Doors at $9.57 with a $7 put. So all of those are looking good to start. I actually almost did an iron condor on, I was looking around. I'd like to do some interesting trades here for my video, but I was looking at iBit since it seems to trade in a nice little range, but it just wasn't collecting enough premium in order to make it worth it. So, all right, next up, I've got wheel strategies running on a handful of different stocks. So we'll go through each of those. I sold a cash secured put on Bitto. I've had them before. I don't trade them every week. Sometimes they get out of the price range I like, but they're currently in it. So on Monday, I sold a call for $19.50 strike price, expiring next Friday, the 26th, collecting $29 minus the 67-cent fees, and it closed today at 1982. At the time that I sold it on Monday, it was at 1988, so it only dropped 6 cents over the course of the week. So I definitely took advantage of some of that time value. It's probably already around 50% of that to close out. So haven't made a ton of money on them, but $197 in profits so far selling cash secured puts on Bitto, just one at a time. Next, Webull. So the names that I like to trade the most have gotten too expensive this week, namely IonQ and Mara. So IonQ, for example, not last week, but the week before, I had a $38 put sold on them. And if you haven't been paying attention, IonQ closed today at $70. So my days of getting to trade them for a little while seem to be over. So I've got to find something else, and it's hard to replace IonQ. That's a great one. But so Webull, let's see, I sold yesterday on Thursday. I sold one expiring on the 26th, one contract with a $12 strike price on the cash secured put while the stock was at $12.68. I collected $18 minus the 67-cent fees. Since then, it went up, closing at $13.29 today, so they are nice and far out of the money. Next, we have Mara. Whoops. That's not ideal. What's happening here? I don't even know how to get this on the screen here. Oh, this is fun. Okay. Hey, it worked. All right. All right, so Mara, hopefully it didn't. Now all my stuff's out of order. We'll figure it out. All right, Mara, in the previous week, I had sold two cash secured puts expiring Friday for $15. Mara ended up at $18.29. So I was just going to let both of them expire worthless, not pay any money to close them out, just to not take a negative this week. But then I actually wanted to free up the $1,500 so I could sell a different put. So I did pay $1.02 to close out the one $15 cash secured put. The other one I did let it expire. So far selling puts on Mara since June 20th. I've not been assigned and I've collected $266. Oh, yeah, we're all out of the order now. Okay, and then finally, we are on my... What is happening? We're on my dividends page. Sorry for all the trouble. And I did actually sell a couple of options on here too. So this one tracks just my high yield dividend payers. But at the bottom, sometimes I bring in a little extra income selling options on them. So I did have a cash secured put that was going to expire today on Ulti. It was a $6 put. I collected 40 cents per share. So that if that would have executed, it would have basically been like buying at 560. But with the Ulti sitting right close to 560, I decided to roll that 2 weeks and collected. I had to pay $37, so almost everything that I brought in, but I collected $57. So in essence, another $20 for 2 weeks, or very similar to as if I just locked in a 10-cent distribution on 100 shares per week, getting 20 cents for 2 more weeks. So I do intend to take possession of these shares, but for the time being, if I can get 10 cents plus per week on the shares, then I might as well, because I'm probably not going to get 10-cent distribution on them. I also, when I said I bought to close that Mara so I could free up $1,500, it was so I could sell a cash secured put on Misty. So this is a 1 week expiration next Friday. The stock's at $15.96. I sold a $15 put. My current average is over 20, so I would be perfectly fine taking shares at 15, especially getting paid to buy them. So I received 30 cents per share, or $30 minus the 67-cent fee, in order to open up this trade. And I believe next week is their declaration and pay date, so they will drop by their distribution. I'm just kind of counting on either it not being enough to take it all the way to 15, or keep it real close, so it's either way I still get a good deal on some shares. Okay, as far as this week is concerned, it was Group C, which included Nestle. I have 107 shares of them. Looking to get out of them, but for now, just holding on till I can sell at a break-even point. I received $43.22 from Nestle. I also have YMAX and Ulti that pay weekly. So YMAX paid $27.33, and then Ulti paid me $171.32. So the combination of Ulti, YMAX, and Nestle is what makes up this line here for dividends. So this week I received $241.87 in dividends. And then we've got all the trades that I just spoke to earlier in the video, and actually I definitely forgot one. Cormedics. Okay. Had a feeling I forgot one. So I've got a wheel going on Cormedics as well. I sold cash secured put on Wednesday for $11, expiring 10/17, and then since the price dropped, those became more valuable, and I sold another one, same date, same strike price, 10/17, $11. I sold this one today, so I've collected $65 and $80 minus the fees. And so far this year, I have brought in $1,989. Hang on a minute. That is not so far this year. That is since I've been doing the wheel on them off and on, mostly off, since middle of 2023. So that's not a just this year. That's for however long I've been doing options on Cormedics. I only bounce in and out once in a while, though. And the stock closed at 11.20. So they are both out of the money by 20 cents, but they've got a whole month to go. All right, now I think we've gone over everything. So in all, I brought in $143 and change on Cormedics, $58 and change on that Hood spread, $46 and change on the Upstart spread, $32 and change on two contracts of the open spread. We just talked about Misty down below, selling a put on them. Bitto was part of the wheel strategy, brought in over $28. Ulti, we talked about below. We rolled the cash secured put out. Did I say how far I rolled it out to? 2 weeks. Rolled that out 2 weeks. Webull brought in a little over $17, and Mara, I just paid that $1 to close out the cash secured put that was going to expire worthless. So in all, between dividends and options premium. I brought in $615.85. I actually forgot, now that I'm just now realizing it, I forgot to update this trading balance. The last I saw it, though, it was like 28,800. So one, it was a good week, and two, I did deposit a little bit of money into the account this week. As far as my high yield holders, Ulti is the top, and yellow is because they changed this week. So I bought more shares of Misty, YMAX, and Ulti. Brought my cost basis down to 603 on Ulti, 1360 on YMAX, and 2028 on Misty. Now, when we take a look across, right here's our, I don't even know if those are actual closing prices. So we got Ulti at 567. We got YMAX. I don't think I've got it on there. YMAX closed at 1292. So everything's actually working better in my favor here. And then Misty, we know, was lower. MS. Oh. 1604. Okay, so we've got our allocations. 56% of it's in Ulti, 15% in YMAX, 19% in Misty, and 9% in Nefli. We've got the current amounts in there. That's going to be current price multiplied by the shares. So that's what it's currently valued at. This is how much it gained or lost. So far, all of them have decreased in value. Here's what they've paid so far this month, and then here's the totals that they've paid since I've had them. So if you look, Ulti has dropped in value by $684, but has paid me $1,779. I'll take that any day. YMAX has dropped in value by $153 and paid over $700. Misty's the only one I'm down on, dropping in value by almost $1,000 and only paying out $776. And Nefli, I'm just about break even. It's dropped in value $243. It's paid me out $253. So that's, I am looking to close out of them and get the money up here into these others. All right, that's all I have for you. That's all my trades and holdings in my taxable trading account. If you like these trades, or if you're interested, if you have any questions, let me know. If you think these are dumb trades, that's fine too. I mean, I'm open to learning. So thank you for watching. I got a dad joke for you, and then I'll let you go. See if I can remember it off the top of my head. Maybe I got it pulled up here. Had to look up a different one. Okay, so what do you call a line of bunny rabbits hopping backwards? A receding hairline. I've heard that one before. I hope I haven't told it on here. All right. Have a good rest of your day. We've got soccer games for my family all day. And I'll catch you in the next video.